Welcome to the Zen Way. In our journey toward mindful presence, it is easy to stumble into pitfalls that stall progress or spark frustration. Today, we will explore 9 common mistakes that can arise during mindfulness practice and offer compassionate, practical strategies to turn each obstacle into a doorway for growth. Whether you are new to mindfulness or have years of experience, these insights will support you in cultivating lasting peace, deep clarity, and genuine well-being. Part 1. Mistake 1. Treating mindfulness as a task. Many practitioners approach mindfulness practice as one more item to check off on a to-do list. They schedule a sit for a set duration, focus on timekeeping, and judge success by whether they completed the session. This task-oriented mindset turns practice into work and undermines awareness. 1. Explanation of the task mindset. Success is measured by duration and perceived mental stillness rather than by simple presence. Practitioners may compare themselves to ideals or to others' experiences. Judgment arises whenever thoughts wander or focus falters. 2. How this mistake arises. Our culture prizes productivity and measurable outcomes. We carry achievement-driven habits into meditation, expecting tangible results. This drives attention away from direct experience and toward an imagined goal. 3. Real-life example. Imagine Emma, who commits to 20 minutes of sitting each morning. On day 3, her mind races. She feels she's failing and skips practice entirely. Her intention was clear, but her motivation hinged on results rather than curiosity. 4. Consequences of the task mindset. Practice becomes leading to avoidance. Stress reduction and clarity decline. As motivation wanes, the habit fails to form, and initial enthusiasm fades quickly. 5. Solution. Reframe intention as exploration. Before you begin, silently affirm, "I am here to explore my experience." Curiosity softens pressure and invites open-hearted attention. 6. Solution. Embrace beginner's mind. Treat each moment as if it is entirely new. Notice fresh textures in breath, sound, thoughts, and feelings. Ask yourself, what is here right now? 7. Solution. Focus on quality, not quantity. 5 minutes of full attention can be more powerful than 30 minutes of distraction. Notice when focus drifts and gently guide it back. Celebrate each return to presence as a milestone. 8. Solution. Release attachment to outcomes. Let go of goals like perfect stillness or immediate calm. Observe thoughts, sensations, and emotions with not. Each moment of awareness is an achievement in itself. 9. Solution. Integrate mindfulness into daily life. Bring curiosity into routine tasks. Washing dishes, walking to work, or making tea. Notice sensations, movements, and sounds as you perform these activities. 10. Practice suggestion. Today, choose one ordinary action and do it fully present. For example, savor each sip of your morning coffee as if tasting it for the first time. In the next segment, we will explore Mistake 2, expecting instant results, and learn strategies for cultivating patience and sustained growth. Part 2. Mistake 2, expecting instant results. Many practitioners hope that a single session will deliver profound calm or insight. when immediate transformation does not occur. They assume the method is flawed or that they lack talent. This expectation of instant results can lead to frustration and abandonment of practice. 1. Explanation of the instant results mindset. Belief that meditation should yield immediate changes in mood or clarity. Frustration when thoughts remain noisy or emotions persist. Comparison to others who appear to advance more quickly. 2. How this mistake arises. Exposure to social media highlighting dramatic breakthroughs. Desire for quick fixes in a fast-paced culture. Misunderstanding of mindfulness as a tool rather than a lifelong path. 3. Real-life example. John begins practicing with guided audio promising deep relaxation. After several sessions, he feels no difference and stops practicing. His view of mindfulness becomes colored by early disappointment. 4. Consequences of expecting instant results. Loss of motivation when initial experiences fail to match expectations. Viewing mindfulness as ineffective and dropping the habit. Reinforcing a pattern of seeking quick solutions rather than cultivating depth. 5. Solution 1. Cultivate patience. Remind yourself that growth takes time. Use the metaphor of planting seeds. Slow germination leads to strong roots. 6. Solution 2. Set realistic expectations. Acknowledge that some days will feel easier, others more challenging. Commit to small daily practices, regardless of mood or outcome. 7. Solution 3. Celebrate incremental progress. Track minutes of practice and note subtle shifts in awareness. Record small victories like fewer distractions or deeper concentration. 8. Solution 4. Practice consistently. Establish a simple routine that you can maintain long-term. Even 1 minute of practice every day builds neural pathways for presence. 9. Practice suggestion. For the next week, commit to a 3-minute practice each morning. At the end of each session, jot down one observation or change you notice. In the next part, we will examine mistake 3, overemphasizing technique without awareness. Discover how to bring mindful attention back to the heart of practice. Part 3. Mistake 3, overemphasizing technique without awareness. Many practitioners collect methods, breath counts, body scans, guided scripts, yet follow them mechanically, losing connection to direct experience. When technique overtakes awareness, practice becomes rote, and benefits diminish. 1. Explanation of the technique-first mindset. Viewing mindfulness as a set of steps to complete rather than as living presence. Relying on external instructions instead of tuning in to inner sensations. Believing that correct performance guarantees progress. 2. How this mistake arises. Educational models that emphasize technique over insight. Desire for clear instructions in a complex practice. Comparing one's approach to structured courses or popular apps. 3. Real-life example. Michael follows a guided body scan every night, but never notices tension release. He focuses on each narration cue and loses sight of felt sensations. The scan remains word-driven rather than sensation-driven. 4. Consequences of overemphasizing technique. Mind wanders during pauses in guidance. Difficulty practicing without external support. Superficial familiarity with methods, but shallow awareness. 5. Solution 1. Return to direct experience. Use minimal instructions. Focus solely on breath or posture. After a guided session, sit in silence and notice sensations without prompts. 6. Solution 2. Practice informal mindfulness. Engage in body-based awareness during daily routines without any technique. Notice temperature, movement, and contact in simple activities like walking. 7. Solution 3. Cultivate self. Gradually reduce dependence on apps or scripts. Set aside time for silent practice without any guided support. 8. Practice suggestion. Tomorrow, perform a 2-minute breath awareness practice without any external guidance. Observe how it feels to rely solely on your own attention. In the next segment, we will explore mistake 4, ignoring bodily sensations, and learn how to bring compassion back to the body's wisdom. Part 4. Mistake 4, ignoring bodily sensations. Many practitioners focus solely on breath or thoughts, overlooking the body's subtle signals. Ignoring bodily sensations severs the connection between mind and body, limiting the depth of mindfulness and perpetuating tension or discomfort. One explanation of this mistake: viewing mindfulness as purely mental rather than embodied, skipping body scans or any practice that invites somatic awareness, missing cues of stress or emotion held in muscles and tissues. 2. How this mistake arises. Cultural bias toward mind over body. Discomfort with bodily sensations considered unpleasant. Lack of guidance or habit in tuning into physical experience. 3. Real-life example. Lisa practices breath awareness daily but never pauses to check in with her shoulders and neck. She remains unaware of chronic tension that contributes to headaches and irritability. 4. Consequences of ignoring bodily sensations. Chronic stress accumulates in the body, leading to pain or illness. Mindfulness feels incomplete or frustrating when tension persists. Reduced ability to notice early signs of emotional imbalance. 5. Solution 1. Incorporate regular body scans. Set aside 5 minutes to scan from head to toe, noticing areas of tension or comfort. Breathe into each spot and allow the exhale to soften tightness. 6. Solution 2. Practice mindful movement. Engage in yoga, stretching, or gentle walking with full attention on muscular sensations. Notice shifting balance, joint movement, and skin contact with surfaces. 7. Solution 3. Use tactile anchors. Place one hand on your chest or belly during breathing practice to feel the rise and fall. Carry a small stone or textured object to touch when you need to reconnect with the body. 8. Practice suggestion. Today, pause 3 times to perform a quick body check. Notice your head, shoulders, and lower back. Observe any sensations without judgment and breathe into areas of tension. In the next segment, we will examine mistake 5, avoiding discomfort, and discover how to welcome difficult experiences with openness and kindness. Part 5. Mistake 5, avoiding discomfort. Many practitioners shy away from difficult thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations. They stop practice when boredom, restlessness, or discomfort arises. Avoiding these experiences keeps mindfulness shallow and prevents deep transformation. 1. Explanation of avoiding discomfort. Seeking only pleasant states and pushing away anything unpleasant. Exiting meditation when emotions intensify or the mind feels agitated. Equating mindfulness with constant calm or relaxation. 2. How this mistake arises. Cultural tendency to escape pain and pursue comfort. Lack of understanding that growth often occurs at the edge of discomfort. Fear of facing suppressed emotions or bodily tension. 3. Real-life example. David begins a breath practice and encounters anxiety. He concludes that meditation worsens his stress and abandons the session. He misses the chance to learn from the sensations that surfaced. 4. Consequences of avoiding discomfort. Emotional triggers remain unexamined and unintegrated. Habits of escape strengthen, reducing resilience. Practice remains on the surface, limiting insight. 5. Solution 1. Label and welcome sensations. When discomfort arises, silently note tension, anxiety, or itch. Acknowledge its presence without moving or reacting. 6. Solution 2. Use the RAIN framework. Recognize the sensation or emotion. Allow it to be present without judgment. Investigate its quality, intensity, and location. Nurture yourself with kindness. May I be with this openly. 7. Solution 3. Cultivate radical acceptance. Practice saying this too is part of my experience. Notice how acceptance itself can ease suffering. 8. Practice suggestion. During your next session, when you feel discomfort, pause and label the sensation. Breathe into it for 5 breaths, offering kindness with each exhale. In the next segment, we will explore mistake 6, practicing inconsistently, and learn how to build steady habits that endure. Part 6. Mistake 6. Practicing inconsistently. Many practitioners start enthusiastically, but practice irregularly. They meditate daily for a week, then skip several days. Inconsistency prevents the formation of mindfulness as a stable habit and reduces cumulative benefits. 1. Explanation of the inconsistency mistake. Sporadic or irregular practice prevents momentum. Life's demands and mood fluctuations disrupt routines. Lack of structure or accountability leads to long gaps. 2. How this mistake arises. Unclear scheduling or low priority assigned to practice. Overcommitment to other activities without time set aside. Motivation tied solely to inspiration rather than discipline. 3. Real-life example. Alex meditates every evening his schedule allows. When work deadlines hit, he skips practice for days or weeks. He notices stress rising but does not return to his cushion until overwhelmed. 4. Consequences of inconsistent practice. Slower progress in stress reduction and focus improvement. Difficulty recalling techniques or maintaining awareness. Frustration with perceived lack of results further reduces motivation. 5. Solution 1. Anchor practice to existing habits. Pair meditation with a daily ritual such as after brushing teeth. Use habit stacking. Attach new practice to an established routine. 6. Solution 2. Set realistic and flexible commitments. Commit to small daily practices you can maintain, even 5 minutes. If a session is missed, acknowledge and resume without self-criticism. 7. Solution 3. Use reminders and accountability. Schedule practice time in your calendar with notifications. Share your intention with a friend or join a virtual group for check-ins. 8. Practice suggestion. This week, choose a consistent time each day and set a reminder. After each practice, mark a calendar or journal. Note date and duration. In the next segment, we will examine mistake 7. Self-judgment and perfectionism. We will discover how to cultivate self-compassion on the path. Part 7. Mistake 7. Self-judgment and perfectionism. Self-judgment and the pursuit of perfection turn mindfulness into a critical spectator sport. Practitioners may believe they must achieve a blank mind or flawless practice. This inner critic erodes self-acceptance and blocks the open awareness that mindfulness fosters. 1. Explanation of this mistake. Criticizing oneself for wandering thoughts or perceived errors. Holding unrealistic standards for practice depth or duration. Believing that mistakes indicate failure. 2. How this mistake arises. Cultural emphasis on achievement and flawlessness. Internalized voices from upbringing or societal expectations. Misunderstanding of mindfulness as performance rather than observation. 3. Real-life example. Priya notices 2 thoughts per minute but hears others report thoughtless sits. She judges herself inadequate and shortens or skips her sessions. 4. Consequences of self-judgment and perfectionism. Emotional exhaustion as practitioners strive for an impossible ideal. Reduced motivation when standards are unmet. Loss of the simple joy and curiosity that fuel practice. 5. Solution 1. Acknowledge the inner critic. Notice self-critical thoughts and label them as judging or comparing. Observe how the critic sounds and where in the body it resides. 6. Solution 2. Apply self-compassion. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Offer phrases like, "May I be kind to myself in this moment." 7. Solution 3. Redefine success. Shift from perfection to presence. Every return to awareness is success. Celebrate small acts of curiosity and openness. 8. Solution 4. Embrace imperfection as practice. Notice mistakes as data about habitual patterns. Use challenges as invitations to deepen compassion. 9. Practice suggestion. In your next session, when self-criticism arises, pause and silently note critical thought. Then repeat a supportive phrase such as, "May I meet myself with kindness." In the next segment, we will explore mistake 8, isolating practice from daily life, and learn how to weave mindfulness into every moment. Part 8. Mistake 8. Isolating practice from daily life. When mindfulness remains confined to formal sessions, it loses its transformative power. Treating practice as separate from daily activities creates a division between meditation, time, and real life. This split prevents mindfulness from becoming an integrated state of being. 1. Explanation of isolation. Viewing meditation as an activity distinct from everyday tasks. Practicing only on a cushion and ignoring informal mindfulness opportunities. Experiencing stark contrast between calm practice and chaotic daily life. 2. How this mistake arises. The habit of separating spiritual work from practical responsibilities. Belief that mindfulness must be performed under special conditions. Lack of awareness that every moment offers an invitation to presence. 3. Real-life example. Robert meditates for 20 minutes each morning but spends the rest on autopilot. He feels a calm bubble burst as soon as he enters his busy workspace. 4. Consequences of isolation. Mindfulness benefits fade quickly after formal practice. Difficulty sustaining presence in demanding situations. Perceived gap between ideal and actual living. 5. Solution 1. Practice informal mindfulness. Turn routine tasks into practice. Feel water on your hands while washing dishes. Notice sensations when walking, eating, or speaking. 6. Solution 2. Create mindfulness triggers. Choose daily cues, doorways, phone notifications, hand washing as reminders to pause. Use these moments to take one conscious breath and reconnect. 7. Solution 3. Integrate micro practices. Embed 1-minute practices, mindful breathing at red lights or desk stretch breaks. Combine mindfulness with work tasks, writing emails, listening in meetings, commuting. 8. Practice suggestion. Identify 3 triggers tomorrow and pause at each for a brief body scan or breath awareness. In the final segment, we will examine mistake 9, neglecting social and ethical dimensions, and conclude with integrating insights into a holistic practice. Part 9. Mistake 9. Neglecting social and ethical dimensions. Mindfulness flourishes when paired with ethical living and compassionate engagement. Focusing solely on inner experience while ignoring the impact of our actions on others can lead to a practice that feels hollow or disconnected from real-world challenges. 1. Explanation of this mistake. Viewing mindfulness as only personal stress relief or focus training, overlooking how intentions and actions affect community and environment. Separating formal practice from ethical reflection and compassionate behavior. 2. How this mistake arises. Emphasis on individual well-being. In modern wellness culture, lack of guidance on integrating ethics into practice, misunderstanding that mindfulness automatically implies compassion in action. 3. Real-life example. Theo practices daily but remains indifferent to workplace gossip and exclusionary behavior. He experiences calm alone but sees little change in his relationships or community. 4. Consequences of this mistake. Inconsistency between inner peace and outer behavior. Missed opportunities to alleviate others' suffering. Shallow practice that fails to foster genuine empathy and social connection. 5. Solution 1. Reflect on intentions and values. Begin each session by considering, how do I want to show up for others today? Use meditation to cultivate clarity about your ethical commitments. 6. Solution 2. Practice compassionate action. Choose one act of kindness or service each day. Listening deeply, offering help, donating time or resources. Notice how intention and action reinforce each other. 7. Solution 3. Engage with community practice. Join a group that combines meditation with social initiatives, volunteer programs, mindfulness in education, or environmental stewardship. Share experiences to learn how others translate mindfulness into ethical engagement. 8. Practice suggestion. This week, after each meditation, set one small intention for compassionate action and carry it out before your next session, integrating insights into a holistic practice. As you address each of the 9 mistakes, you weave mindfulness, compassion, and ethical living into a seamless way of life. Begin by choosing one insight from this series to focus on for the next week. Notice how transforming that aspect deepens your practice and enriches your relationships. Over time, apply additional insights, one by one, like threads in a tapestry. By combining presence with curiosity, patience, somatic awareness, radical acceptance, disciplined consistency, self-compassion, informal mindfulness, and ethical engagement, you create a balanced, resilient path. Each moment becomes an opportunity to learn, to connect, and to act with wisdom and kindness. Thank you for joining the Zen Way. May these teachings guide you toward inner peace and compassionate action in every step of your day.